Versatile TV means a box for alternative views and alternative analysis.
Hello dear my friends, welcome to my AW Versatile TV. I am Abdul Wahab and reporting for a special case happened in India. A rape and murder case. That's the central government under Modi does not want to talk about. The incident has once again shone a spotlight on the discrimination unraveled by the Hindu caste system. In the early 1990s, when Bhanwari Devi tried filing a police complaint against 5 men who had raped her, one on-duty police officer mocked her. She was not attractive enough to warrant the attention of the alleged rapist, he said. Devi woman who belonged to the lower caste Kumar community was dragged from a field in her village in the western state of Rajasthan and gang raped in front of her husband, who is also a laborer like her. The accused men were from the upper caste Gujars, and they are the landowners on whose fields people like Devi work as peasants, and a practice that is just mirroring the slavery. Despite the humiliation and roadblocks she faced while navigating India's lethargic justice system, Devi persisted. The case finally went before a judge in 1995. That's when the biggest shock came. The accused men were acquitted of rape charges for lack of evidence. What reeled human rights activists more even than the acquittal was the content of that judgment. An upper caste man could not have defiled himself by raping a lower caste woman, the judgment said. It has been more than 2 decades since Devi's case became a rallying cry for lower caste communities, but little has been changed for the most vulnerable segment of society. The deeply enchanted caste system, which finds its roots in Hinduism and was made worse through colonial institutionalization, continues to work against tens of millions of Indians. Last month, a 19-year-old Dalit woman was brutally raped in the city of Hathras in the state of Uttar Pradesh in India. Her story is the same of Devi's and many others. She was working in a field when 4 men attacked her. They tied a rope around her neck, dragged her along the field, broke her spine and cut her tongue. She lived for 2 weeks before succumbing to her injuries. Police have arrested the accused men. They belong all to the upper caste, and the upper caste is Thakur. Upper caste man expresses their power and authority by inflicting pain on people of lower caste, particularly on Dalit women, says Dr. Anderson, a professor of religion at Lancaster University. Dalit women are nobody. They do not have any social status, no individual identity. They are treated as property of upper caste men, he tells to the reporters. According to the Copenhagen-based International Dalit Solidarity Network, 10 Dalit women are raped in India every day. Just in the month of September, there have been 3 reported cases in which Dalit girls were raped in UP, the state of India. The youngest just was of 14 years old, who was hanged from a tree. The girl from the Hathras, that girl's case received media attention mainly because she was transferred to a hospital in New Delhi, the capital, for treatment. India's collective psyche is still recovering from the assault and murder of a girl on New Delhi bus in 2012. The accused men were hanged earlier this year. But when it comes to Dalit women, Indian authorities have gone the extra mile in hushing up the case. The girl's brother says the victim body was cremated in secrecy and the family was not allowed to attend the funeral. Various footage has surfaced where police can be seen manhandling and stopping reporters from entering into the village. In one case, a reporter was arrested as he tried to meet the family of the girl to write about their ordeal. The UP state government is run by the BJP and the chief minister is Adityanath, a controversial Hindu monk. His officials have deployed police cordons around the Hathras village and stopped opposition party leaders, including the main opposition leader, Congress. There have been also many FIR lodged against the protesters and against organization heads, and even more sinister is the coming together of the local elite, the upper caste community and supporters of the Hindu nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party BJP in support of the accused man. Dr. Jeremiah says that 2/3 of India's populations live in rural areas where the upper caste people own almost all the farmlands. This means they also control local councils or panchayats, which despite having been all the things, dispense justice in cases such as property dispute or an extramarital affair. Until 2003 or 2004, Dalits could not even legally own land in India, he says. Very often, upper caste men take advantage of their authority over Dalit community because they are landlords. They control resources in a village. They inflict pain by raping and attacking women for its own sake. The 1950 Indian Constitution, written by B.R. Ambedkar, himself a Dalit, gives equal rights to everyone, but on the ground, the power remains in the hands of upper caste men who make up the panchayat. Many of the local village systems are run by local landlords who control the resources, which means that even if it is enshrined in the Constitution that everybody has equal rights at the grassroots, that's not the case. Over the years, India has introduced a quota system. It helps scheduled castes and ensure they get government jobs and seats at educational institutions. But BJP and its ideological mentor, the RSS, oppose it, saying that it undermines meritocracy. Yet, the decades of the caste-based reservation system has not translated into mass and ownership for Dalits who still own less than 1% of land in India. They cannot go against a village landlord and who controls 90% of the land, the professor says. The influence of the caste-based system was obvious in early October when an upper caste panchayat organized a rally in support of the man accused of raping the 19-year-old Dalit girl. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and he belongs to BJP, and BJP came to power on the back of the Hindu nationalist vote and the Hindutva doctrine, which stresses India's Hindu religious identity. But Dr. Jeremiah says that this system of belief has been the reason for social and economic isolation of Dalits for centuries. Any Dalit mobilization would be detrimental to the projection of Hinduism as the national religion of India, he says profoundly. That's why BJP is very careful that this news should not be seen as a problem for Hindu society. Thank you.